And I am live. What's going on, everybody? Resale running here for another Goodwill Outlet haul video. I actually stopped at a regular Goodwill earlier this week too and picked up a couple cool things, so probably talk about those. But yeah, I hope everybody's been having a great week. My week's been, pretty good. Sales are slow still. I mean, August is always a bad month for me, but it's a good month for sourcing, and it's a good month to get caught up on everything. My fight coming up also, I haven't had as much time to do stuff, look for, or list stuff. I've just been at the gym quite a bit, so hopefully we'll, after that gets done, then be able to sit down and actually put my nose back to the grind and really get things up and listed again. I don't think that I'm going to train as much after this fight, so give it a couple of months or so to chill out a little bit. But yeah, I was at the Goodwill Outlet yesterday. That's where I got most of this stuff, and I spent $60. So I guess you guys be the judge what you think how I did. I mean, it was a good day. A lot more smalls than normal. Usually I find like one or two really big things that kind of cover everything, and I did today or yesterday too, but it none of those like home runs, nothing worth $200 or $300, which I would have liked, but I didn't do too bad. Spent a lot of times in the books when I first got there. Found a couple of like this one's just a random book that I scanned, which I don't do a lot of, but I was bored at the time. I just picked up like 30 or 40 books and started scanning. This is the only thing I could find that was worth more than like $10. So just added all the random stuff, but that's okay. I mean, $15 for a book that I paid 50 cents for, not so bad. I did find these guys though. Tolkien, old school Tolkien. This is some of his really early stuff. I don't even know. Unfinished Tales and the Silmarillion. I think the Silmarillion was actually published after he died, if I remember it, like by his son or something like that. And maybe even the Unfinished Tales. I can't remember. There's some history behind it, but these guys they were printed back in the 80s. Oh, this is the first edition, so that might be cool. But yeah, these I saw them. I didn't even look them up. I know I didn't need to. They might not even go to eBay or Amazon because, to be perfectly honest, Tolkien is one of my faves, and I would kind of like to add these to my collection. Yeah, this one too, 1977, first printing. I mean, if I put these up in a lot together on Amazon or on eBay in this condition with the covers and everything in pretty good shape, I mean, they got to be worth something. So 50 cents a piece, not bad. But yeah, as a token fanatic, I'll probably keep them. What's going on, everybody? Got some people in the chat. Harley Woman, hi Paul, Andrew, it's in the chat. Jim Cooncat, what's up? Jim Bennett, oh my God, Jim Bennett's in the chat. What up, bro? So yeah, another book I found. I always like to grab these old antique books. This one, Report of the Railroad Commissioner. So I guess this is just random stuff, but if you look at the date on that, 1885, so it's pretty freaking old, which old usually translates to pretty valuable. And I don't know, this probably isn't worth that much, but it's still cool, and there's some collector out there that'll buy it. I don't really know what these books go for, but most of the time when I'm at the weigh and pay, if it's a antique book from the 1800s and I'm paying 50 cents, I'm on it, I'll buy it. Just don't find that many of them. This isn't really worth anything, but it was still cool. And it's actually, I think I could sell this as new. I mean, it's perfect. The corners are nice and sharp. That little really minor stuff on the very edges is stuff that happens just from sitting on the shelf. So, but it's pretty cool. It's got a bunch of old beer stuff in it, but new it sells for like $15. But I think I'll probably end up just taking it to a local bookshop that buys this kind of stuff, and I'm sure they'll pick it up. They usually go for stuff like this, but we'll see how that goes. Harry Potter. Always buy Harry Potter. At least I do. For 50 cents. I mean, Deathly Hallows isn't the best one, but you know, you get a few of them together and you can lot them up and sell them pretty good. And they sell fast on eBay. And then same with the paperbacks. So I like to keep a few of each on hand so that when I get a collection with all of them in the collection, then I put them up on eBay, sell them all for like $30 to $40, depending on if they're all hardbacks or softbacks. Got a lot. There are a ton of DVDs. I mean, I probably could have picked up a few more if I wanted to, but I wasn't going too crazy. I found a lot of box sets. The West Wing, it's not super powerful or super popular, but yeah. The West Wing, seasons 1 through 3. All the discs are there. They got the slip covers, good condition. It's a pretty popular show, so I'm guessing I'll probably get 15, maybe 20 at the most for these. But for $1.50, ships medium mail. Decent money. It'll only take 2 minutes to make a listing for that. Now this is one. How's everyone doing? I'm shipping an upright vacuum, FML. Yeah, vacuums suck, dude. They suck so bad. But yeah, I actually have a shirt. One of the shirts I made for merch by Amazon is "This sucks" with a vacuum picture on it. But yeah, shipping them is horrible. I don't sell vacuums for that reason. I only sell them locally. I'd rather, I mean, if I get it that cheap, then all right. So don't pass on these when you find a ton of them, all back to back. I found seasons. This whole set, like, it's weird because when I'm at the weigh and pay or the bins or whatever, and I find like 2 or 3 of these, all I have to do is keep digging around in some of the other bins, and I almost always find a complete set for some reason. This time I did not get a complete set, but I got, let's see, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 10. So missing 3 and 9, but Friends is super popular. People still binge watch it. My girlfriend is kind of my litmus for that because no matter what, if I come home, she's either watching freaking Harry Potter or Friends, and lately it's been Friends. And I actually I'd never really watched Friends before. I kind of caught a couple episodes and never got into it. Had other friends that were into it, but my girlfriend loves it, so since I've been with her, I have seen every episode, and I'm actually getting to the point where I can start to tell what happens in the episode by the name of the episode, which it's like the one where blah blah blah, the one where blah blah blah. It's like, oh yeah, I remember that one. But yeah, people like to have these on hand just in case the internet goes out or whatever. So Friends episodes always sell, especially in big lots like this. I'll probably get about $20 or $30 for this. Ships medium mail. I paid 50 cents each, so 2, 4, 6, 8, $4. You know, if I get $30, it'll be worth it. Let's see. When people donate seasons of DVDs, they donate all they have, in my experience. Yes, you're right, Jim Bennett. It's not like they're going to be like, I just want to keep the Ross and Rachel. Yeah, I know. Yeah, so, you know, people generally, collectors will buy them all. That's actually missing a couple of discs, but that doesn't even matter when you have that many episodes, especially with Friends, because people don't really care to sit down and just watch them all back to back. I got a sealed DVD set of The Thin Man at Salvation Army this week for $4. Sells for $75 to $200. That's awesome. Andrew Tech Nerd. So last week, when I was at the Benz, I bought a bunch of Barbie DVDs, and they usually sell really well for me. One of them, though, was completely trashed. When I got it home, I mean, it played, but the disc was really bad. The case was cracked, so I found another copy and just grabbed it. I'm going to replace that with this one, and then I found another one that was not in that set. so I'll be able to list it as a little better, nicer. Oh, and that's weird. It's missing one. At least missing a disc, but it's the feature film. I didn't realize that was a 2-disc, but it's all good. And then I found a bunch of Disney DVDs, which I find these more often than I think I would, but you get 10 or 20 of these guys, can do pretty good with them. Star Wars: The Clone Wars on Blu-ray. It's complete season 4. I think this sells for like $10 on Blu-ray, maybe 15 used, so not bad for 50 cents. But yeah, it's all good shape, nice discs. I really didn't spend a whole lot of time in the clothing area, which I've been really getting away from clothes. Clothes are annoying. They take a lot of time to list. I'm just kind of sick of it. So stayed on, our bins are set up where you have like 5 bins on one side and 5 or 6 bins on the other side with the registers in the middle. One side is all like shoes and clothes and all that stuff. So if you look back there and you see that thing with the little circles on it, that's what I use to clean DVDs. And it works pretty good. If they're really bad scratches, then, I mean, it's great for getting like fingerprints and just gunk off. I also use T-shirt and rubbing alcohol if it's really dirty and it's not really scratched that bad. But rubbing alcohol works great. But I use that thing to get the scratches out, and it uses those little pads. You change the pads out, and you've got little creams that it comes with and stuff that polish the discs, and it works good for, I think I paid $100 for it 3 years ago, and in that 3 years I bought a refill kit for all the pads and creams like one time. This is a ZDAG 102. And then there's another one that's more popular that everybody else recommends that I almost bought that one, but they were out of stock when I found that. And this one ended up being cheaper, and I really like it. I mean, it works great. And I mean, a professional, like one of those big professional buffing machines actually does work a little better. But, I mean, well, quite a bit better actually. But, they're like $1,000. But yeah, if you get on eBay, I think if you look up a ZDAG 102, then you should be able to find it pretty easy, or go for the JFJ Easy Pro. It's a little bit more money, probably go through pads a lot faster. Like the pads on that thing last so long now. Now that I've really dialed it in and I know how it works and I know how to play around with it, I can make those pads last forever. It works great. I always look these up, Bionicle, whenever I find them. And this one, it looked complete until I just dropped a piece when I opened this and the way it went. I'm going to have to find that later. But, yeah, it's got all the little things in it, and it looks like pieces are there. So when I scan this on Amazon, brand new, they're selling for like $60, which usually translates to 10 or 15 on eBay. And if I can sell it on Amazon, like if they'll let me in collectible, then I might be able to get 25 or 30 for it there. But let's see. I mean, it cost me like $0.25. Found this guy. Thought it was neat. Good for like a man cave or whatever. These metal signs do okay. I mean, they're not amazing or anything, but 15, 20 bucks. They're real easy to ship. This will probably fit. And well, I don't even know how I'm going to ship this. I'll probably just find a box and break it down and just build it. But fold it over, like ship it in between a couple of cardboard pieces, just like that. This should be fine. But with these metal signs, if you just sandwich them between a couple pieces of cardboard and you don't get it quite tight enough, it can move around during shipping or whatever. And then like the corners are pretty sharp, so they can start poking out and cause problems. But gotta be a little careful with that. But these, they do sell pretty good. So yeah, somebody will buy this for 15 or 20 bucks. I did briefly go through the shoes just to see what they had, and by the time I got over there, they'd been out for a while, so they'd really been picked over a lot. But I did find this pair of wrestling shoes, and school's about to start again. Wrestling is a very popular sport. I obviously adore wrestling, if you know me, but yeah, wrestling shoes always sell pretty good. These things are weightless, and they're not like people when somebody gets something like this, they don't care how perfect they are, you know. So I could probably put this in a padded flat rate envelope or something, and yeah. So I didn't really touch them. I just grabbed this pair, but yeah, I think 20, 25 for these probably, which be a pretty quick, easy flip. Oh, here's another DVD that I did find. It's a set. You guys probably all know what this is. If you don't, then anytime you see this, if all the DVDs are there, just buy it. I mean, if it's less than like $10, especially, just buy it. These sell really fast. P90X. It's usually I think I get about 40 or 50 bucks for these, just in shape like this. Might have gone down. It's been probably 6 months since I found one, and the last one I found was complete, like with everything. But I would say I want to say I got like 60 bucks for the last one that I had that had all the stuff in it in the box. But this still just like this, I'll sell for 40. Dune Special Edition. I almost didn't get this, but I looked it up, and they are selling for around $15 to $20 used. So for 50 cents, this one's in really bad shape. It's torn on the binding and everything, but I think I could still get like $10 just because it comes with all the bonus features and all that stuff. If all the discs are there, it looks like it might be 3 disc set. Not that I look at it, but 50 cents. It's not really worth my time to spend too much time when I could be looking for more stuff while I'm at the weigh-in pit, because I don't like spending all day there. But yeah, we'll see. I'll figure out what's supposed to be in there, and hopefully I'll be able to make something on that. These are cool. I scanned the barcode on these guys, and this one was selling for like $140, and I think I need this one to go with it, but I have to do some more research. So we'll see. But it's if this goes for anywhere near what it looks like, and if the serial number can be used multiple times, then it could be a really good flip. And then Harry Potter. Some more Harry Potter DVDs. Sorcerer's Stone. This just had the first couple of years in it. Sorcery Stone, Chamber of Secrets, Deathly Hallows 1 and 2. All right, so I had a good mix. I think Chamber of Secrets is like 3 or 4. I don't remember. And Deathly Hallows is the last one, but that one's a double feature with part 1 and 2. I know I just sold one of these for $10 used, so it's not bad. And then throwing these with it, I get 15 for all 3 of them. You know, 12 to 15 bucks. This was kind of cool. It's a Pirates of the Caribbean dice game. Not a whole lot of these on eBay. On Amazon, it's restricted. You can only sell it new, but on eBay, they were selling for 15 to 20. Paid around $1.50, so not bad. On this phone, these sell for anywhere from $30 to $60 used on eBay. These old school kind of vintagey type phones, for some reason, they go really well, and there aren't a whole lot of them being listed, so I always look for these. I actually saw somebody pick it up, and I was like, oh, man. And then they put it back later, so as soon as they put it back, I grabbed it. But, yeah, it's just a, I think it's plastic, but it's a stainless finish, old school type phone. So I just wish that I had a landline sometimes to test these, but whatever. I'll take it over to my dad's or something. It's his birthday today, so I have a excuse to go over there anyway. I always like to grab Scrabble. You know, these board games, if I don't like selling Scrabble by itself unless it's like one of the deluxe editions or something, but I mean, I'll sit on these. Cost around $1. It was complete, kind of the tiles, all that, but I mean, I could probably sell the tiles for what I paid for the game, and I probably could have just taken the tiles and thrown the rest back. But you know, when you get a few good classic board games, even if they don't sell for that much by themselves, you can make a lot and sell 4 or 5 of them for you know, $30 and people will buy them. You know, like some good examples: checkers, Scrabble, Monopoly. I don't know. I usually try and stick to the more adult-oriented games together, and then the kids' games do those separate, like in another lot. And then sometimes, though, I find the very adult games. Lovers Poker, I have no idea. Yeah, I'm afraid to open it, but it's got like little things on the chips that you can read. If I can get my angle right. Can you read that? Kind of. Yeah, kids games are really good. Most of the time you can sell kids games by themselves and do fine. But, you know, if you can get like Operation and Mousetrap and, you know, some of those. Do you like how I segued those straight from Poker for Lovers to Mousetrap and Operation? That was pretty slick. But anyway, this, I did check it out. It's got all the stuff and everything. But this sells for about $20 on eBay. There was no listing on Amazon though, so I don't know. Maybe I'll try harder to look for it. I have a lot of trouble on the seller app sometimes, like finding specific items. Like this next thing that I found, I couldn't find this on Amazon. I couldn't find this on eBay. I couldn't find one sold anywhere, but I knew right away that I had to have it. It's another one of those like Dr. Ava Cadell's Tantric Lovers game. All I know is it said Kama Sutra games on it. And if you see Kama Sutra on anything, well, me anyway, I typically buy it just because, you know, I'm a big perv like that. Just kidding. No, sex sells, I know that. And Kama Sutra is kind of like, what's the word? Like acceptable, I guess. So we'll see. I might even look at it. I don't know, but it looks like it's not really been used. So pretty cool little find. I don't know, like I said though, what to even think it might be worth. But the problem with stuff like that is when you find it on eBay, or when you try to sell stuff like that on eBay that doesn't have like a following, like nobody even knows that it exists. It's hard to find a buyer for it sometimes because nobody's searching for it, you know. So I don't know, that kind of thing. Maybe just sex game would be enough in the title to make somebody look for it, but I don't know, man. This was a really cool clock. I actually bought this and keeps good time. I put batteries in it last night and just kind of letting it run, but I really like this clock. Sterling and Noble, which is a decent brand, and I like the color. It's a pretty cool design. It's got the little second hand on there. This thing's good for 20 or 25 bucks. But my girlfriend even saw it and she was like, "Ooh, I like that clock." So I might end up having to keep this. I don't know yet. If I keep it, it'll be a cool clock. If not, it'll be 25 bucks in my pocket for what? Less than $1. This was another one that I saw somebody grab, and then I watched them put it back, and I was like, snaked it right behind them. So this was a really, really cool find and very surprising, actually. I can't believe that this was still in the bins when I walked past it, especially since everything for it was there. This is a wireless force feedback Xbox 360 racing wheel. It has the clip for your desk. It's got the pedals. It's got the AC adapter. All the stuff. And of course the wheel. And just feeling it out, I'm pretty sure it's going to be fine. I'm pretty sure it's going to work good. But I've sold several of these over the years, and this was actually one of the first big items that I ever sold years and years ago, probably like 6 years ago, and I got like 60 bucks for it and didn't even know about FedEx back then, and it cost me, if I wouldn't have spent like $4 on it at Goodwill, I would not have made money on it. This one cost me $5 or $6.99. It weighed out at like 10 pounds. It's pretty heavy. The manager was like, "Oh, $5.99. No, make it $6.99." I was like, "Ah, you bitch." Whatever. So $6.99 still fine. These sell for 80 to 100, and especially with all the parts and everything, it'll be a good flip. And like I said, I only paid $60 for everything, so that will almost cover. Like if I sell it for $100, that'll probably cover the entire trip by itself. Everything else is just gravy. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. Oh yeah, I did go to a regular Goodwill earlier in the week. I think it was Monday, and mostly bought a bunch of stuff for my daughter. But they didn't have a whole lot. But as I was walking out, they were wheeling out a bin, and this was in there. This was $5.99, I think, or $4.99. It was pretty cheap. But it's a Catan. If it says Catan and it's less than $5, look it up. Catan is a very good water filter, like a hiking filter brand. But this base camp filter, it's like a really, really heavy duty, lightweight bag with a filter on it. And then you fill the bag up with like water or whatever. And then the filter goes through the little straw there. It's really simple. This thing was never even used. I mean, it's brand new. I don't even think that Catan still makes these. It's got all the parts in it and everything. This will sell for a good $80 to $100 as well. So that was a really good flip. I don't even know why I don't have this listed yet. I should have listed this as I walked in the door. But I've been, like I said, so busy this week just trying to – I've actually been trying to stay out of thrift stores. I've only gone thrifting twice this week, and usually I do it every day. But I've been driving right past them, going straight home, trying to get stuff caught up. You know, I'm trying to – shipping is the easy part for me. I'm always making sure that my shipping gets done. But it's the listing part that I've been really slacking at because, you know, now that I'm at home all day, man, it's like really hard to not do stuff around the house, stuff that needs to get done. You know what I mean? Like I'm used to working all day and, you know, taking like an hour here, an hour there to sneak off and do other stuff. My old job was actually a block away from the WAMP. So I would leave the office and I'd stop there almost every day. So I had a lot of stuff, or I was getting a lot of stuff, and then I would come home and I'd start listing, and it was just more a structured day. But since I was going to work, I was less, like, my girlfriend didn't stress out as much about, you know, stuff getting done around the house. So I could slack on it a little bit. She'd help out with it a little more. But now I have no reason to not keep everything in shape around here. So I've really been focused more on keeping everything organized. I even organized my shelf today. I got that printer right there at the WAMP yesterday for $5. That is an HP OfficeJet 6500A Plus. It's a really good network printer, scanner, all-in-one, photo printer, everything. And I just bought it because I need a photo printer. And I also would like to have a scanner. And since it's a Wi-Fi scanner, then perfect. And it comes with an app that even takes receipts and changes everything over to text. So I'm going to try that out and see if I can't start using that to keep track of all my receipts instead of, you know, trying to put them in a bin somewhere. I'm horrible at keeping receipts. But we're going to start doing that and see how it works. And then the only problem is the color printer doesn't work on it. I'm hoping that it's just the cartridges. The cartridges, like when I bring it up, it says that the cartridges are almost empty, but usually there's something. You know, they squeeze a little bit out of it. But I mean, those things are like 15, or I think they expired in 2013, actually. So I bought some brand new ones on eBay, and they're going to hopefully be here next week, and pray that the color works on it because I really, really need a photo printer, and I hope I remember that one printing out really good photos because I used to have one of those years ago. What else did I do this week? There's a local bookstore that I sell a lot of books to. You guys will hear me talking about that every once in a while. Just like DVDs that I don't feel like listing, books that I don't feel like listing, books that I buy thinking that they're worth more than they are, you know, or, you know, like fantasy novels and prepper books, like how-tos, you know, camping books, stuff like that. There's this local bookstore, mom and pop shop, that buys all that stuff. And I kind of know what they want. I know what they'll take. So when I get a big surplus, I'll take them, you know, 2 or 3 boxes, and they'll always give me a good deal. They usually pay out about $1 to $2 a book, depending. And, you know, I typically pay 50 cents or less per book. So making something. And then they give me a bonus on trade. So as I was walking out, I found this. Sitting there. They had just put this out next to the door. This is another board game to look out for, guys. Settlers of Catan. It's really hot, usually very well taken care of. People buy these and they treat them like their baby. And when they get donated, I mean, you can see everything's in the little baggies and all that stuff. People really take good care of this game. They make sure they have all the pieces. But it's a good game. So I went ahead and snagged this. They gave me like 45 bucks in trade, so this was 50 total, and they were cool with it. It's the original game with, there's actually an extra expansion in this. It's got the 5 to 6 player extension with the Fisherman extension, I think they said in there, and then Cities and Nights. It's another expansion. So guessing, like, I haven't even looked these up yet. They've been in my car since just now when I pulled them out to do this haul video. But generally, Settlers of Catan, if they're in good shape, will sell for almost as much new as they do used, and these things sell for about anywhere from $20 to $50 per set. Just depending. So, like, anytime I'm at a thrift store, I don't really spend much time at Goodwill looking at the board games, because I'm not going to pay $5 or $10 for a game that I can sell for $20. But I will always walk by there looking for Settlers of Catan. That's one of the ones that always stands out to me. You know, I'll just glance real quick and just see what they've got. But when I'm at the weigh and pay, I pay a lot more attention, because you're only paying like $1 per board game. So it's pretty cool. But that's it. Not a huge amount of stuff. Nothing super cool, but definitely some stuff that was pretty cool. Hope you guys liked this video. Had fun chatting with you all. Hope you learned something. I feel like I deal in some pretty weird stuff sometimes. And don't know if that's always a good thing, but I definitely have a different perspective than a lot of other sellers do. And, you know, I keep the lights on doing this stuff, so, and I don't work that hard. I'm not one of those guys that's up at, well, okay, I'm up at 5, 6 in the morning, and I'm usually listing, but I'm usually done by about 10. And out the door to the gym, hang out with my buddies in the afternoon, and then come home and hang out with my kid or take my girlfriend out or whatever. I mean, I do this job or this business because it provides me freedom, not because I want to be a millionaire. And I know that's never going to happen with the way that I run things. So I've just happily accept the fact that I'll got something going where I can be super lazy and not work that hard and still make enough to get by. So anyway, I hope you all like this. If you did, hit that thumbs up button for me. That always helps me out. If you're not subscribed to my channel, you can subscribe. I think there's a little bell that you can hit somewhere on the video page where it'll tell you when I go live. You can also join my Facebook group, The Reseller Wake Up, and I post all of my videos when I put them as soon as I go live. So you can go check that out too. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, whatever, comment section below. You can hit me up there, or you can go to The Reseller Wake Up and ask there. But thanks everybody for watching. I hope to see you all soon. Probably see you Sunday morning when I do a show then. And Bitcoin.